Hello everyone, this is the second lecture for this week. I am Dr. Chidinma Onwubere. In the first lecture, we looked at understanding media and information literacy and orientation. You were taken through the concept of media and information literacy, the media and other information service providers, as well as the roles, functions, and the needs for media and information. In this lecture, we will focus on media and information literacy and civic participation. The mass media have a very powerful influence in shaping our lives because we have to depend on them for requisite information needed to make informed decisions. The 21st century technological explosion has led to the proliferation of new media, which, according to Adelaja and Ayodele 2013, help people to create different platforms for social interactions with seamless and boundless potentials for interactions, interrelationships, and information sharing and exchange. In this way, the media play vital roles in our daily lives by keeping us updated about news, events, lifestyles, and other valuable information in all facets of life. Therefore, we cannot but accept the significant impact of media and the global spread of media, as well as reckon with the importance of communication as an element of cultural diversity in today's world. Communication and the media play important roles in social change and national development. Going by the Cromwell's Declaration of 1982, I quote, "The role of the media and communication in the process of development should not be underestimated, nor should the functions of the media as instruments for the citizens' active participation in society be underrated." Unquote. To be a civic participant in today's world, you need a wealth of knowledge about mail. This knowledge will make you prepare for life and employment in this culturally diverse and globalized world. It will equip you with the skills for critically analyzing intercultural and global issues. It will also stimulate in you the ability and zeal for collaborative learning between you and other stakeholders from different cultural backgrounds, thus keeping you abreast of the trends in global society and ensuring your adequate civic participation in all areas of your civic responsibilities. For this lecture, there are specific learning objectives that are expected of you. Let us quickly examine them. At the end of this lecture, therefore, you should be able to 1. Explain in your own words the following terms: media, information, and literacy. 2. Highlight at least 4 basic functions of the media. 3. Discuss the expectations of citizens from the media and other information providers. 4. Examine the importance of mail in democracy and good governance. And 5. Identify the roles of mail in ensuring the freedom of expression and editorial independence of citizens. Let us examine the definitions of key terms in this lecture. 1. Media. Media has already been defined in our previous lecture. However, several other definitions abound, which include the fact that media are the means of passing across message or information from one point or person to another. They include: 1. From the radio and television broadcast media. 2. Newspapers, magazines, journals, etc. That's the print. 3. From film and cinema. And 4. The new media, which we all know are the mobile phones, computers, internet, and other social media. Other means of providing information are the libraries, the archive, the museums, etc. The second definition is of information. Information refers to facts provided or learned about someone or something. That is, what is conveyed or presented by a particular arrangement or otherwise. The purpose of information is to provide facts or details, either individually or within an entity or an organization. Let us define literacy. Literacy simply means the ability to read and write. However, it includes skills to access knowledge through technology and the ability to access complete contents. Media literacy. This means your ability to understand your environment by assessing, critiquing, analyzing, and evaluating media messages accurately and adequately for the total benefit of your existence in life. The heart of media literacy is the principle of inquiry. Media and information literacy. This therefore includes the skills and competencies that empowers you as a citizen to assess, retrieve, understand, evaluate, and use, create, as well as share information and media content in all formats using various tools in a critical, ethical, effective way in order to participate and engage in personal, professional, and societal activities. This definition was by UNESCO. This guarantees you civic responsibilities towards your community and the nation as a whole. What are the functions of media and other information providers? The media wields enormous powers as it can make or mar an entire society or nation through its powerful effects. However, what every nation advocates is a responsible media that can, through responsible reportage and other basic functions, advance the cause of social progress and national development. The roles of the media were discussed extensively in Lecture 1 of this week. The other information providers are means of getting valuable information for making informed decisions about our life processes. The media as channels of communication also relies heavily on these information providers as veritable sources of information for their jobs. What should citizens expect from the media and other information providers? Expectations. Because the media shape our lives in diverse ways, they are very important to humanity, since without them, the world will be blind. Granted this fact, the citizens expect quite a lot from them so as to encourage us to properly fit into our milieu, that is our environment. Journalists and other citizens who are purveyors of media content are thus required to live up to certain expectations in the eyes of citizens whom they serve. They are thus expected to 1. Organize knowledge. The journalists and citizens are expected to organize knowledge in a comprehensive way that will uncover any special event. 2. To be credible. Credibility. The source of information should be clearly stated so that the citizens can judge their relevance, reliability, and potential biases. Controversial issues should be followed up so as to clear any further doubt in the minds of the citizens. Public interest. Journalists are expected to protect public interest and advance national developments by equipping the citizens with requisite information for participating in public affairs. Selflessness. Citizens' debates should override journalists' personal interests and biases. Journalists must discuss both sides of any argument and thus exhibit independent thinking in their works. Forum for public criticism and problem solving. The media should provide several channels for public interaction. For example, letters, emails, phone-in contacts, public forum, etc. The media should equally provide the citizens with access to information, airtime slots, so as to allow public debate on their individual indigenous languages with fellow citizens. More importantly, the citizens expect that a broad representation of views and values is obvious in their news coverages. Accountability. The media is expected to monitor all those who exercise power, that is, the government and other important private bodies, by holding the powers that be accountable to the people and for their actions. Proportional and relevant news. Citizens need to be informed about news in time and accurately. Balance. There should be a balance between privacy and the right to know. Media professionals are expected to strike a meaningful balance between the public right to know and the personal right to privacy. Access to information. This is very essential for every citizen's active participation and expression of civic responsibilities. Every citizen has a right to free speech and access to public information. The information also is the bona fide property of the citizens. Media and other information providers, such as libraries, archives, museums, and the internet, should help to ensure that the citizens' right to freedom of information are not trampled upon, but protected. With the technological explosion of today's world, the role of media and other information providers is changing to a more prominent one. Information and communication technologies, that is ICT, provide instantaneous access to information and knowledge. The media libraries, archives, museums, and the internet provide new services which offer new opportunities for effectively and efficiently meeting the needs of the citizens for lifelong learning, research, entertainment, and intercultural dialogue and discourse. Let us look at some key functions of media. These include 1. Providing open access to information resources, e.g. public libraries which provide free services. 2. Protecting readers' confidentiality and privacy. 3. Providing access to diverse and plural information resources based on professionalism without political, religious, or moral biases. 4. Harvesting and preserving information for future generations. Media and information literacy and its importance to democracy and good governance. The society we live in today is driven by information and knowledge on religious, political, economic, personal matters that affect our social lives in diverse ways. The citizens need to understand the information received and the roles of the media as the channels of communicating the information. They have to be conversant with how to optimally assess, interpret, use, and share the information received. Democracy depends on the availability of wholesome information to the citizens through the media. New competencies in form of knowledge, skills, and attitudes are very necessary for people to effectively participate and succeed in all facets of life. Such competencies reside in MIL, which has become an important prerequisite for harnessing ICTs for education and for fostering equitable access to information and knowledge. The utilization of these MIL competencies and skills for making informed decisions required for achieving quality life is central to democracy and good governance. This is because MIL provides the platform for democratic discourse. So, in understanding the importance of MIL to democracy and good governance, we can advance the following points. 1. MIL is an important prerequisite for fostering equitable access to information and knowledge. 2. It engages us in a digital society. 3. Empowers the society to access information, inquire about it, create our own message content, and think critically before sharing the information. It also empowers us to make informed decisions. And finally, MIL promotes free, independent, and pluralistic media and information system. Now, let us examine the freedom of expression, of editorial independence of media, plurality and diversity in media and other information providers. Freedom to information refers to the access to public information. Since information is very vital for understanding the world around us, it is risky to leave it in the hands of a few or only the elites. An ethical and pluralistic media can ensure transparency, accountability, and the rule of law. Freedom of expression and the press. Freedom of expression is a fundamental human right which is universally acclaimed and entrenched in the constitution of most countries of the world, following the Human Rights Declaration of 1948 by the United Nations. Section 39, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, states that, I quote, "Every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and to receive information without interference," unquote. By allowing the citizens to freedom of the press is a necessary underpinning of this right, as it promotes and makes public free expression and encourages the sharing of information. By allowing the citizens to examine and express different thoughts and opinions freedom of information and expression can promote true sense of ownership within the society. Media pluralism. A pluralistic media sector is one that crosses media platforms, that is the print, broadcast and online, local and political perspectives, and by so doing helps societies to better reflect on themselves. When media operation is diversified into many hands, popular opinions can get attention for discussion. Hence, a good mix of international, national and local media outlets can provide avenues for the citizens to participate in democratic process. The dissemination of information from diverse and antagonistic sources contributes to people's welfare than separately owned media outlets. Editorial independence. This refers to the professional freedom entrusted to editors to make editorial decisions without interference from the owners of the media or any other state or non-state actors. Editorial independence is tested, for instance, when a media organization runs articles that may be unpopular with its owners or advertisers. In conclusion, we have discussed the link between media information literacy, MIL, and civic participation. To fully internalize the lecture, you were taken through the definitions of the key concepts in this topic, functions of the media and other information providers, access to information and expectations of the citizens from the media. This will make them hold government accountable to the citizens and foster good governance, while ensuring editorial independence for the media or journalists. It is hoped that the knowledge acquired in this lesson will set the ground for the next lecture on interacting with media and other information providers. You are implored to quickly attempt the quizzes provided for this lecture and bring out any gray area in the forum section of this course. See you in lecture 3. Thank you.